Ladies and gentlemen, I am Judith DeYoung, Associate Dean and Associate Professor of Architecture, with my colleague, Associate Dean and Associate Professor of Design, Amir Burbidge. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the 2015 commencement of the College of Architecture, Design, and the Arts of the University of Illinois at Chicago. This evening's music is provided by the UIC Wind Ensemble under the direction of Jose O. Riojas. At this time, I present to you officers and administration of the University of Illinois at Chicago and the College of Architecture, Design, and the Arts, our distinguished guests, and the faculty of the college.
Ladies and gentlemen, the graduating class of 2015. Banner carriers, please come forward. Please be seated. The UIC Symphonic Choir, conducted by Michael Anderson, will begin with a selection by Edmund Waller and Mark Henderson, Go Lovely Rose. Following this piece, please rise and join the choir in singing one stanza of America the Beautiful, which can be found on the last page of your program. Before we begin, to assure that everyone enjoys this meaningful event, would you please take a moment now to turn off or mute all cell phones and other electronic devices that may detract from the enjoyment of all. Thank you.
Please be seated. Good evening. My name is Steve Everett. I am Dean of the College of Architecture, Design, and the Arts. Distinguished guests, graduates, and their families, faculty and staff, alumni and friends. On behalf of the faculty and staff in the College of Architecture, Design, and the Arts, I am pleased to welcome you to our 2015 commencement ceremonies. Most especially, welcome and congratulations to our graduates. This is your day. Through your amazing talent, hard work, extraordinary creative vision, and perhaps most of all, your perseverance, you have earned this day of recognition, reflection, and celebration. As we celebrate this day with you, we honor you not only for your achievements and your promise, but also for the many ways in which you leave UIC a better institution than you found it. Just as you have grown by pursuing innovative research, scholarship, performance, design, artistic practice, we too have become a stronger institution as a result. You have enriched us, and we are grateful for your contributions to this superb and growing legacy that is UIC. As faculty members, it has been our honor to teach you and to learn from you and to help guide you in your many paths toward creative discovery. As you have probably already observed, and if I may humbly say, UIC has one of the finest and most adventuresome creative arts and design faculty in the nation. Hopefully you have been able to absorb much of their intense commitment and passion during the past few years. And I hope UIC has forever expanded the horizons and possibilities you imagine in your future lives. Every once in a while, often when we least expect it, we encounter someone who looks like ourselves, who grew up in the same environment as ourselves, who has similar values as ourselves, but who seems to be incredibly courageous and fearless, someone who for some reason chooses to strive for something that seems almost unattainable. And we are often awestruck by this. We may look at these individuals as just being perhaps very lucky, when in fact luck may have little to do with it. In many cases, it often comes down to the openness and boldness of their imagination and their willingness to sustain a disciplined exploration of it for how long they are here. It is the imagined possibilities of their life that is important. Creative thinking requires imagination, courageous innovation, and extraordinary accomplishment demands it. You have chosen to immerse yourselves in a college curriculum designed to foster and unleash your imagination. You chose wisely, by the way. Unleash it to be a way of living as a way of doing. Imagine a way of living that is fearless, hopeful, but also compassionate, a responsibility we all share that comes with an active creative imagination. I cannot express how excited we all are to celebrate your accomplishments today. Come back and see us when you do share some of your journeys, both the challenging ones and the thrilling ones. We will always be delighted to see you again. The college and university that you are now graduating from has an exciting future, and you will always be an important part and welcome part of that future. But for now, on behalf of all the faculty and staff in the College of Architecture, Design, and the Arts, a sincere and heartfelt congratulations to our graduates and to all the family members and friends here who provided critical support in your stunning accomplishment. Thanks to you all. At this time, I am pleased to introduce several distinguished individuals on the stage. On the left, we have Chancellor Michael D. Amaritis, Associate Dean of the Graduate College, Laura Lee Junker, Executive Vice President, Chief Operating Officer of the Shedd Aquarium, Mike Delfini, Director of the School of Architecture, Robert Somol, Director of the School of Art and Art History, Lisa Yun Lee, Director of the School of Design, Marsha Lawson, Director of the School of Theater and Music, Christine Mary Dunford, Assistant Dean of Administration, Annabelle Clark, Associate Dean for Academic Programs, Judith DeYoung, Associate Dean for Faculty Affairs, Amir Burbik, Veronica Gomez, who is our candidate for the Bachelor of Science in Architecture and our student speaker tonight, and finally, Millie Crespo, Associate Dean of Student Affairs. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. At this time, it also gives me great pleasure to introduce the Chancellor of the University of Illinois at Chicago, Dr. Michael D. Amaritis. Michael Amaritis assumed the role as 9th Chancellor of the University of Illinois at Chicago on March 16th of this year. Since that time, he has visited departments throughout the university, met with students and faculty, shared his vision, and enlisted all of us to help him propel this campus to the forefront of an urban-serving research university. Before joining UIC, he served as Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost at the University of South Carolina. He was promoted through the academic ranks, became Department Chair in 2002, Dean of Engineering in 2006, and Provost in 2009. His research has resulted in more than 100 publications and over $18 million in external funding. Chancellor Amaritis has been recognized with numerous research and teaching awards and was elected a Fellow in the American Association for the Advancement of Science in 2012. He received his PhD in chemical engineering from the University of Wisconsin-Madison before moving to South Carolina in 1994. We are very excited to have him join us as our new Chancellor this year. Please welcome Chancellor Amaritis.
Thank you, Dean Everett, and congratulations to you and to the faculty of the college for another excellent academic year. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Our outstanding wind ensemble, who has been with me all day long here in 2 other graduations already, has told me saying twice today that as a new person here at the University of Illinois at Chicago, I believe what they tell me. It will take a few more months until I figure out what's happening. So I have been told that graduations at this institution are very special. They're full of energy, they have a lot of passion, the audience and the students clap, shout, cheer, they show everything that they feel. And I have to tell you that twice today, and right now this evening, we've failed to meet expectations. So let me give you one more opportunity to show me how you really feel about the function tonight. Please join me in congratulating the 2015 graduating class of UIC's College of Architecture, Design, and the Arts. This is much better. This is much better. And please join me in thanking our wind ensemble that they picked it up a notch this evening, since this is their own college that they're playing for. It is an honor for me to be here tonight and share this incredible day with you. And I'm delighted to see all the family members and friends who have joined you today, along with the faculty members, to share your accomplishments, and also some of them to make sure that this is finally really happening. The College of Architecture, Design, and the Arts, which we affectionately call our CADA here at UIC, is a community dedicated to educating and mentoring the next generation of creative professionals, and dedicated to leading and expanding the cultural vibrancy of Chicago, of Illinois, and the entire world. Our CADA is committed to promoting a learning environment that opens doors to critical thinkers, innovators, and leading professionals in their chosen fields. And our college has actively inspired the cultural landscape of the city of Chicago. But today the focus is not on the college. Today the focus is on you, on our graduates. This is your day to celebrate. And please make sure that all of these folks that they were applauding you and cheering take you to the best restaurant in town tomorrow, because you're going to be done late, and they give you the best meal that you can have. Remember how many times since you started your studies and you committed yourselves to a long and difficult journey, remember how many times you imagined how this day would feel like. Remember the thrill of being accepted in one of the best universities in the country. Remember the long nights and the endless cups of coffee that you consumed. Remember the hours on the bus or on the L every day for those of you who commuted. And remember the stress of completing a model, of putting the finishing touches on your portfolio, the final critiques, and opening night, Well, actually, opening night will be the same after you graduate. Every time you imagine this day, and this day is here for you, and you have earned the right to celebrate. Today is also my opportunity to offer some parting words from your alma mater. And we don't really mean it in the sense of being parted, but you will hear from us, and we will hear from you in the future, because you see, this is not the end of your journey. This is just a short stop, a very important, a very joyful, but short stop in your much longer journey of life that continues tomorrow morning. The rest of your journey is yours to define. You have many choices to make, and these choices are only limited by your imagination. I hope your choices bring you to many more new and exciting stops along your journey and fulfill your expectations and your ambitions. I know that the education that you have received in your college will help you navigate the rough waters that inevitably you will encounter in some parts of your journey. And I'm confident that you will find the time and passion to also look after others who are less fortunate than you are in their own journeys and help them along the way. After all, this is the legacy and tradition of your university and your college, and I'm confident that you will honor in your own unique contributions this tradition. Today, you are a wiser and more educated person than when you began your course of study. Take a moment to think about how far you have come. Look back at yourself on the day that you began and see how different you are today, how far you have traveled, and how much of a better, fuller, and stronger person you are. Take this moment and breathe it in deeply, and I know it feels great to do so. On behalf of the University of Illinois at Chicago, I promise you that we will always be your university. The College of Architecture, Design, and the Arts will always be your college. And I'm sure that if some of you do very well financially and you become wealthy, our fundraisers will find you whether you want to be found or not. But more importantly, this university and this college will always be here for you. Like you, the university will continue to grow in strength and reputation, enhancing in the process the value of your degrees. We will make you proud just as your achievements have made us proud, because after all, the greatness of a university is in big part the sum of its alumni, and you are now part of that equation. I want to thank the parents, the families, and the friends for making this occasion so important by being here tonight, and I want to thank you for all the support that you have shown to our students and to this institution over the last few years. To our graduates, I'm wishing you the best as you go forward to make your way with your knowledge, the skills and growth that the College of Architecture, Design, and the Arts has given you over the last few years in order to be able to serve, to lead, to teach, to create, to build, to perform, and to challenge people's thinking, and in your own way, to give back to the world. And please remember, as Dean Everett said, to share your future accomplishments with us, to return to UIC, to visit, and to mentor the students who will follow in your own footsteps in the future. Tell the world about what you have accomplished and about your alma mater. You are, and you will always be, our greatest ambassadors. Thank you for making UIC and our CADA a place where success lives and people thrive. Congratulations and Godspeed.
Thank you, Chancellor Emeritus. I would now like to introduce Veronica Gomez, candidate for the Bachelor of Science in Architecture, who will present the Silver Circle Award.
Great teachers are the heart of a great university. The University of Illinois at Chicago annually recognizes and honors its great teachers. Recipients of the Silver Circle Award for Excellence in Teaching are selected by our students. I would like to recognize Sharon Oiga, Associate Professor in the School of Design, as the recipient of the 2015 Silver Circle Award for Excellence in Teaching. With this award, the students of UIC honor those who have taught with distinction in the many forums of our university. I'm honored to present you with the Silver Circle Award.
It is now my privilege and pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, Mike Delfini. Mike Delfini took his enthusiasm, energy, and his 1985 BFA in graphic design from UIC on a career path that has led him to his current job, Chief Operating Officer for the Shedd Aquarium. Mike began his career at Shedd in 1990 after working at the Field Museum as a graphic designer for 5 years. At the Shedd, he coordinates just about everything that makes it one of the world's great aquariums. He assists with developing the organization's strategic goals and coordinates overall aquarium operations, as well as oversees Shedd's learning department, planning and design, facilities, travel, HR functions, and conservation, science, and research efforts. That's pretty much the whole thing. He's responsible for the special exhibits that help draw close to 2 million visitors to the site annually. Delfini led the management team for the Oceanarium Reimagine project and helped guide 2 major capital campaigns, the $60 million fund for the Shedd and the $100 million Next Wave campaign. Projects at the Shedd that Mike have led have won design awards from the American Association of Museums and the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. Perhaps Mike will today enlighten us on how he moved from a graphic designer at UIC to becoming second in command as one of the nation's oldest and most important cultural institutions. Please join me in welcoming Mike Delfini.
Chancellor Emeritus, Associate Dean Junker, Dean Everett, members of the faculty, graduates, and honored guests, thank you so much for the honor and privilege of addressing this year's graduating class. But before I start, I'd like to express a special thank you to the parents of this year's graduating class. I imagine that for some of you, you may have had just a little bit of doubt or uncertainty that when your sons and daughters chose the arts and design as a major, could they actually turn that into a career and make a living? My parents had a little bit of that doubt. Heck, my future in-laws had a little bit of that doubt. Sorry, honey, she's out there somewhere. They would say, "Are you sure this is not something you just want to do in the basement as a hobby? Don't you really want to be an accountant or something else?" I'm here to tell you, you did the right thing in supporting your sons and daughters. Especially now, in today's day, the world needs their talents, so thank you for that. To the graduates, I imagine some of you have plans already, maybe continuing on with school. Some of you may even have a job already waiting, hopefully. But for most of you, I imagine there are more questions. What now? Where do I go from here? Whose door should I knock on? So I'd like to take this opportunity tonight to tell you about one path you might consider as you choose the places you'll be lending your talents to, and a few thoughts to consider once you're there. Yes, I am a graduate at the time of the College of Art, Architecture, and Urban Planning, 1985. My path leading to UIC was probably very similar to all of yours. Like many of you, I was one of the first members of my family to attend college. I'm a first-generation Italian-American, born in Chicago, Gage Park neighborhood. Looking for a shout-out, no Gage Park. There we go, thank you. I spent a few years of elementary school in Italy. Even though I was young, you couldn't help but be influenced by a country and a culture that, as we all know, is rich in the practice and history of art and design. I was a transfer student from the College of DuPage in a program that back then was called commercial art. Lots of illustration, lots of rendering. I chose UIC for the same reasons a lot of you may have. I wanted to be in a design school that was in a place where design was happening and where the professors were practicing design. I haven't seen all the changes here on campus, but from what I can see, some things are a little different. I promised myself at one point that I would never start a comment with this phrase at my age. Back in the day, back in my day. But here I am telling you, back in my day, things were different here. There were no dorms. Most of us commuted. Some of us had apartments. Most of us worked, some full-time. Some of us counted on the moms in the Italian neighborhood to feed us when we were pulling all-nighters. These moms would actually set up a few tables in their front room. That's the thing Chicago's call the room right in the front of the house. And for $5, she would serve us whatever she was making the family that night. No offense to the UIC food service department, but I'll take Italian moms cooking over the cafeteria any day, especially my own moms. And don't get me started with the technology. Everything we did back then was done by hand. Tracing type, key lining, airbrushing, with an actual airbrush, with a compressor, not the little symbol in Photoshop that you guys call an airbrush. We did have something called a stat machine. It was the size of 2 full rooms, and all we got out of it was a fancy photocopy. But we had the best of the best practicing professionals / professors. I can only imagine how great the programs must be today. So after graduation, which for me was in this very pavilion, I actually remember my seat, first row on the aisle on this side, which is pretty cool right now. We started looking for jobs. We packed up our portfolios, those big black leather cases. Not sure what you put I think you guys use a jump drive now. And we went door to door. Your resume didn't matter, your work mattered. I've always loved the museums in Chicago. My mom would take me when I was younger. I would go on field trips. I remember standing in line for the King Tut exhibit at the Field Museum in 1977 for 2 hours. That's when they let the real artifacts out of the country. They don't do that anymore. So I marched up the steps of most of them with my portfolio in hand, mostly without an appointment. You should take that advice. Don't wait for people to call. Go knock on those doors. And asked if they would look at my work. I tried them all, the Art Institute, the Museum of Science and Industry, Field Museum, and the zoos. Field Museum gave me that first opportunity, which led me to the Shedd Aquarium. And while now I am the Chief Operating Officer of the Shedd Aquarium, I still think of myself as a designer first. So these days, when I meet someone new and introduce myself, here's how that usually goes. Hi, I'm Mike Delfini, nice to meet you. They say nice to meet you too. So where do you work, Mike? I work at the Shedd Aquarium. Inevitably, 3 questions follow in this order. Oh, do you feed the fish? At this point, I can just picture them, picturing me, with one of those yellow plastic fish food containers, but probably a really big one because we're a big aquarium, and like I open the roof and I dump flake food into the aquarium. I can just see their wheels turning, and I say, no, I don't feed the fish. Oh, so you must train the dolphins. No, I don't train the dolphins. I don't even get to touch the dolphins. Then they'll say, hey, did you know that your last name means dolphins in Italian? For those of you out there who know your Latin, you may have figured that out too. But yes, I did know that. It's just a coincidence, maybe fate. Eventually, they say, so what do you do at the aquarium? That's when I get a chance to tell them what it means to be a designer in one of Chicago's historic cultural institutions. Chicago is not only a city of world-class business, art, and design. It's a city of world-class museums and cultural institutions. There are over 850 million visits to American museums each year. That's more than all major sporting events and theme parks combined. They employ more than 400,000 people and invest more than $2 billion in education. And a large number of those employees are creative professionals, just like you are now. Most of those institutions are driven by a higher purpose or mission, beyond profit. Some are social causes, some are environmental causes, like Shedd Aquarium. Some scientific, Others are about history, and of course some are about visual and performance art and design itself. Your very own Hull House is a great example. They hold some of the world's most creative works, great art, incredible scientific achievements, unique discoveries, and nature's works of art. They can tell stories in unique ways that books, film, and other media can't. They convene people in conversation. They serve as mediators between academia, the public, and government. Places like these are in need of the best creative talent, as much as, or even more than others, to help tell their stories. The creative demands in these places are wide and deep. Exhibit designers bring content alive in three-dimensional experiences. Graphic designers contribute to those experiences, but also ensure their missions and brands are clearly communicated. Industrial designers help solve unique problems, like designing special shoes for penguins to prevent them from suffering from something called bumble feet. I can't imagine any of the ID grads out there were thinking they may design penguin shoes someday. Sculptors sculpt and cast specimens for models for learning and outreach for kids who don't have access to some of our museums. Painters and illustrators create murals and scientific renderings to display for research. Architects design the incredible buildings that house these collections. And of course, musicians and composers are creating and performing in symphonies and on a number of performance stages across the city. Those opportunities are all there for you. But wherever your path takes you, there are three things I'd like you to think about as you move into your careers. The first you may not like to hear, especially after years of hard work and late nights. Learning does not stop when work begins. Be sure that the place you choose values learning, and not only the extended training of your chosen areas, but beyond that. Ask yourself, what does it mean to me to be a lifelong learner? I didn't even realize that I had become a lifelong learner until the tables were turned at my own dinner table one night. I have 3 kids who grew up at the Shedd Aquarium. They're also out there in the crowd somewhere. Hey, guys. One is a teacher. One is studying to become an urban planner. And one is studying to become a conservation biologist. I keep scratching my head. There are no designers in this family, not sure why. I can't help but think that the choice I made has had some influence on them. But when they were growing up, and as a typical family, we sat down for dinner, I would ask the typical question, so what'd you learn at school today? Until the day came that before I could get that question out, they would ask me first, Dad, what'd you learn at work today? There was always a story to share, a new exhibit, a bullfrog that needed knee surgery, a baby beluga birth, a researcher's new work. That's when I realized I was still learning. Be that lifelong learner. Secondly, I would like to share some thoughts on ambition and leadership. I get this question a lot from young designers and other young professionals. They ask me, how did you go from being a graphic designer to an executive level position? My answer is this. If an opportunity presents itself to you to take on more responsibility beyond the bounds of your position, take it. Do that job. Do it because it's needed and because it's the right thing to do, even without the acknowledgement. So many young staff come to me and say, if you just give me the job, the title and the salary, I'll show you I can do it. You can guess what my answer is. Show me you can do it first, and then I'll give you the job, the title, and the salary. And lastly, I would also ask you to be the teacher. You all do something so special when you create and innovate, whether in a for-profit enterprise or a nonprofit cause. The way you think, the way we think, and how we solve problems and create is very unique to a lot of the world, and most importantly, in high demand. Be the innovators you know you are, but teach your future colleagues what it means to innovate. The world needs that creativity more now than ever. Take the outstanding education that you've received here at UIC. Take the love and support of your families that give you every day. Your passion for creativity. your ability to make something out of nothing and make it beautiful. And find that place that is ready to give you something back, more than a paycheck, a chance to be part of something bigger. Take all of that and maybe give it to a place or a cause that is really trying to make a difference and the world a better place. Thank you. Congratulations to you, to your families, and to the UIC family. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. So now when I tell people that Mike does everything at the shed, I have to revise that and just say he does everything but feed the fish. I think I know now. I now have the pleasure of introducing our 2015 student speaker for the College of Architecture, Design, and the Arts Commencement, Veronica Gomez, a candidate for Bachelor of Science in Architecture. A native of Guanajuato, Mexico, Veronica Gomez moved to the United States in 2003 to pursue her dream of studying architecture in Chicago. As a first step, Veronica attended Harper College, where she enrolled in English as a second language and received an Associate in Arts degree, graduating with honors and Phi Theta Kappa. 4 years ago, Veronica enrolled in the School of Architecture, where she has maintained a 4.0 grade point average during her time here. She is also a member of the Honors College and is graduating summa cum laude. Her work as an architect student has been exhibited at the School of Architecture Year-End Show, an exhibition of student work. Veronica has been the recipient of the Talent Tuition Award for the past 4 years and has been awarded the Alpha Rho Chi Medal of Merit. She has also served as a School of Architecture ambassador in various events organized by the college. Veronica's future plans include a professional degree in architecture after taking a year off to put in practice what she has learned as an architect student and dedicate time to her family. Please help me welcome Veronica Gomez.
Thank you. Chancellor Emeritus, Associate Dean Junker, Dean Everett, distinguished faculty, fellow graduates, and honored guests. First of all, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge all of those who have made this special moment in our lives possible. I want to express my gratitude to the outstanding UIC faculty who continue to support me, inspire me, and keep my dreams alive. I want to congratulate my fellow classmates for their academic success and their families for their support. I would like to personally thank my family, especially my son Leo, my infinite source of inspiration. Quiero felicitar y agradecer a las familias por el apoyo brindado a sus estudiantes hoy graduados. Felicidades. A mi familia, gracias por estar conmigo en este momento. I'm going to take a moment to tell you the story of how I got to be standing at this podium today before all of you. It all started with a decision I made when I was informed that I've been selected to be a student speaker at this graduation commencement. I was astonished. I was honored, but I was afraid as well. Yes, I was afraid of speaking in public. I listed in my head all the reasons why I was not the right person for this task. I felt overwhelmed by all those thoughts. Then I took a deep breath, and all the overwhelming thoughts in my mind vanished and were replaced by a mixture of excitement, commitment, and confidence. I remember that I had already taken a Speech 101 class, and I realized that all these years as an architecture student have prepared me for anything I set myself for. So I convinced myself to do what I'm still terrified of, and immediately accepted the challenge and the extraordinary honor to be the student speaker before I could change my mind. My mind was then split between those feelings that quickly came back to surface and the knowledge of this great opportunity. I wanted to use this opportunity to represent women in architecture and immigrants in this country who every day face barriers. Being a proud immigrant myself, I have endured many difficulties as well, and I'm witness to how immigrants are often the object of stereotypes, discrimination, and inadequate and ill-informed politics. However, to make a change, we all have to make ourselves visible and serve as testament to show that we as individuals are hardworking people and top students. During the preparation for this speech, I had the opportunity to reflect on the difficult decision I made to come to UIC, along with what pushed me through. That drive was my passion for architecture. Architecture has not only shown me its great power, but has also empowered me, pushing me to perform in ways I never thought I could. All of us here graduating today are accomplished to the point of having such a power. So really, feel the power and overcome the fear I believe we have all felt throughout our lives. Be proud. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "If you cannot fly, then run. If you cannot run, then walk. If you cannot walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward." And now that we have all graduated, we can start flying to build our future. Thank you.
Thank you, Veronica. I will ask Chancellor Emeritus to please join me in honoring students with special recognition. I'm pleased to introduce Millie Crespo, Associate Dean of Student Affairs in the College of Architecture, Design, and the Arts, who will recognize graduating students receiving honors and awards in their disciplines.
With great honor, I bring to your attention those students who have demonstrated exceptional academic achievement. Honor students, I would like you to be recognized by rising and remaining standing as I name the various honors. Those graduating with university honors, please rise. Summa cum laude, magna cum laude, and cum laude, as indicated by their gold, silver, and bronze cords. Those graduating with college honors. Those receiving departmental distinction, high distinction, and highest distinction. Those who have been members of the Honors College, designated by the gold stoles they wear. Please rise. Chancellor Emeritus, I present to you the graduating seniors who have received honors. They bring credit to themselves, to their families, and to the University of Illinois at Chicago.
It is indeed a pleasure to recognize you as our honors recipients. Your achievements not only give you and your families a feeling of personal satisfaction, but they have also enriched our entire academic community. We are very proud of you and congratulate you for the distinctions that you have earned. Congratulations.
Graduates, you may now be seated.
We would now like to recognize students from the graduating class of 2015 receiving special merit. Associate Dean Crespo will call the names of the award recipients, and the school directors will present the awards.
Director Robert Somel will present the awards to recipients in the School of Architecture. Will the following students please line up at the stairs on your left? Matthew Boucher, Veronica Gomez, Samra Pekanen, Ingui Ryu, Lukash Voynich, and Sayam Kim.
Sorry, there's no list. I have to figure this out. I have a lot of presents in front of me. The following students are being recognized for their achievements in the School of Architecture. In order. The American Institute of Architects Henry Adams Certificate of Merit, Matthew Busher. The Associations of Licensed Architects Student Merit Award, Lukash Wozniak. big. The American Institute of Architects Henry Adams Medal of Merit, Samra Pekanen. The Alpha Rho Chi Medal of Merit, Ingyu Roy. And the Schiff Hardin LLP Award, Samrin Kim. And finally, the Alpha Rho Chi Medal of Merit, Veronica Gomez.
Director Lisa Yoon Lee will present the awards to recipients in the School of Art and Art History. Will the following students please approach the stairs on your left? Adriana Castro, Anna Lepsch, Emily Lynch, Udman Shabazz, Rebecca Vandensen, and Brian Volta.
The following students are being recognized for their achievements in the School of Art and Art History. Award in the Arts, Adriano Castro. Award in the Arts, Emily Lynch. Award in the Arts, Uthman Shabazz. Award in the Arts, Brian Volta. The John McNee Award, Rebecca Van Duzen. And the Muse Social Justice Award, Anna Lepsch.
Director Marcia Lawson will present the awards to recipients in the School of Design. Students, please line up on your left. Noor Abdelrim, Corinne Diezman, Benjamin Gross, Latrina Lee, Emily Litton, Rachel Tomai Shurabad, and Rotimi Solola.
Following students are being recognized for their achievements in the School of Design. The Michael Glass Memorial Award for Graphic Design, Noor Abdelrahim. School Faculty Prize for Graphic Design, Corinne Desmond. School Faculty Prize for Industrial Design, Benjamin Gross. James Axman Memorial Award for Graphic Design, Latrina Lee. Peter Langmar Memorial Award, Emily Litton. Wrong order. Michael Glass Memorial Award for Graphic Design, Rachel Tomei Shirabad. Last but not least, School Faculty Prize for Industrial Design, Rotimi Solola. I don't have my sheet.
I'm sorry, we missed one.
Sorry. Peter Langmar Memorial Award, Fukiyuki. I don't know you by that. Yayikawa. Miyakawa, sorry.
Now, Director Christine Mary Dunford will present the awards to recipients in the School of Theater and Music. Students, please line up. Bethany Arrington, Carly Carano, Trevor Cole, Evangeline Corter, James Crum, Gregory Madden, and Jonathan Reed.
The following students are being recognized for their achievements in the School of Theater and Music. I'm going to try and go in this order. For the William F. Raffeld Award, Bethany Arrington. The William Raffeld Award, Carly Carano. The William F. Raffeld Award, Evangeline Corter, and she gets two. The College of Architecture, Design, and the Arts Scholarship Award. The Joy and Bob Harnack Award in Instrumental Music, Jonathan Reed. The Joy and Bob Harnack Award in Vocal Music, Trevor Cole. The Michael Gross Acting Award, James Crum. Gregory Madden also receives 2 awards, the Theater and Music Scholarship and the Trudia Barbanel Scholarship Fund Award.
I ask Chancellor Emeritus to join me again as we present the candidates for degree. It is my pleasure to introduce Laura Lee Junker, Associate Dean of the Graduate College, who will present the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Architecture, Master of Arts, Master of Design, and Master of Fine Arts.
Chancellor Emeritus, upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the vote of the Senate, I have the honor to present these candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and Art History. Candidates, please rise.
Upon these recommendations and by the authority of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the Doctor of Philosophy degree for which you have been presented and admit you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities of that degree. You may now move your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations.
Will the new PhD graduates, please come upon the platform to be recognized by the Chancellor, Dean, and Director. For the Doctor of Philosophy and Art History, Erica North Morosky, Doctor of Philosophy and Art History. Her dissertation is Designing Destinations, Hotel Architecture, Urbanism, and American Tourism in Puerto Rico and Cuba. Brandon K. Rood, his dissertation is Beneath the Surface, the Aesthetic and Ideological Appropriation of Native American artwork. Marilla R. Tanta. Her dissertation is State Art or Sites of Resistance, Socialist Realism in Romania, 1945 to 1989. Chancellor Emeritus, upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the vote of the Senate, I have the honor to present these candidates for the degrees of Master of Architecture, Master of Arts, Master of Design, Master of Fine Arts, and Master of Science. Candidates, please rise.
Upon these recommendations and by the authority of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the master's degree for which you have been presented and admit you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities of that degree. You may now move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations to all of you.
Will the new master's graduates please come up upon the platform to be recognized by the Chancellor, Dean, and Directors? For the Master of Architecture, Patricia Diaz Agrela. Sebastian Viral Ardelin. Timothy D. Baldwin. Siobhan A. Barrett. Matthew M. Bushler. Jesus Gabriel Corral. Gianna Demertis. Michael Walter Gracholo. Yi Han. Suror Z. Khan. Siam Kim. Vanessa Karina Kokot. Yuge Liu. Stephen Orlando Moros. Samra Pakanin. Dana V. Rybarski. Ingui Ryu. Azalea Sanchez. Janina Lisette Sanchez Cardenas. Peter Andrew Slosser. For the Masters of Art in Design Criticism, Marco Domlija. For the Masters of Science in Architecture, Delfina Castanino. Paul Lane Mosley. For the Master of Fine Arts, Sohaila Azadi. Jessica Margaret Cobb. Soo-yeon Kim. Curtis J. Miller. Lauren Caroline Sundbrick. Sherwin Samuel Ovid. Meredith Lackey. For the Masters of Art in Art History, Claire Elizabeth Spadafora. Lee A. Stanton. For the Masters of Arts in Museum and Exhibition Studies, Corinne A. Azam. Emily L. Beaver. Damascena T. Bain. Jillian Green. Nancy Jeanette Harmon. Matthew J. Heckelbeck. Miak Lee. Anna T. Lepsch. Jamie E. Lewis. Taryn Joyce Mason. Amanda Lee Robinson. Nicole L. Wallace. For the Master of Design, Kristen N. Best. Mei Zhu Jian. Zachary Lee Filbert. Alice J. Lee. Bianca Jade Lay. Yu Chin. Hector Silva. Taisha Monique Warren. Congratulations to our new doctors and master's graduates.
Associate Dean Millie Crispo will present the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Design, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music, and Bachelor of Science.
Chancellor Morides, upon the recommendation of the faculty and by vote of the Senate, I have the honor to present these candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Design, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music, and Bachelor of Science. Candidates, please rise.
I think if we are getting a bachelor's degree, you need to get up right now. This is better. Upon these recommendations and by the authority of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree for which you have been presented and admit you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities of that degree. You may now move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations to all of you.
Will the new bachelor's graduates please come upon the platform to be recognized by the Chancellor, Dean, and Directors?
Okay, right, okay. For the Bachelor of Arts in Architectural Studies, Chin Han Tu. For the Bachelor of Science in Architecture, Veronica Gomez. Jonathan Aguilar. Dante Alarcon Sota. Jennifer Ariazola. Juan Bautista. Juan Cardenas Jr. Kellen Carlos. Ivy Chan. Michael Denmark. Michael D'Souza. Theodore Duknev. Adam Dwornik. Adam Foxman. Ivan Hinov. Thomas Home. Okay, all right. Hannah Hortik. Jivko Kamenov. Lauren Kiley. Stephen Kruger. Tree May. Alexandra Maximic. Michael McDowell. Andre Mirovsky. Kyung Park. Daria Piekos. Marek Pula. Katmerika Ramik. Rafael Robles. Christina Rodriguez. Ariel De Leon Romero. Alejandro Saavedra. Brandon Scales. Jeremy Scott. Chelsea Steiner. Tasho Tony Tasho. Anton Tonchev. Łukasz Wojnich. Caitlin Woodward. Kyle Wolf.
Ready? For the Bachelor of Fine Arts, Chelsea Bailey. Raquel Barragan. Colleen Aaron Boyer. Natalie Burke. Adam Michael Barafato. Adriana Castro. Bianca Chionis. Jesus Delgado. Jonathan Gotenko. Brian Mahan Griffin. Alexander Theodore Hajin. Lisa Yen Han. Carrie Ann Hernandez. David Holmes. Allison Ju. Christine Elizabeth Kadame. Nathaniel Kennedy. Allison Chandler Nazevich. Sean Ray Lamaster. Emily Lynch. Kristen Joy Martin. Madison Maruvia. Emily Regalin. Nazanin Saremi. Uthman Phineas Shabazz. Amanda Smith. Madeline Julia Smith. Abigail Grace Vandersnick. Brian Volta. Kirsten Michelle Williams. Titus Wansey. Jolene Ann Yun Rodriguez. Chua Zhang.
For the Bachelor of Arts in Art History, Vasiliki A. Drakopoulos. Zakia Najiba Dumas O'Neill. Julie A. Sidebotham. Rebecca A. Van Dusen.
For the Bachelor of Design degree, Noor Abdel Rahim. Adil Alam. Catherine Armitage. John William Asta Jr. Travis Barlow. Alyssa Barroso. Lindsay Elizabeth Brinkworth. Linda Bew. Lauren Ashley Campbell. Shine Chen. Daniel Sigler. Lawrence Christopher Cummins. Andrea Nicole DeWalt. Gabriella Nicole DeFiori. Claude Edward Dockery. Corinne Jennifer Zyman. Paige Gillig. Wyatt Andrew Goins. Jacqueline Areli Goico. Benjamin Jeremy Gross. Varun Kamat. Douglas Cass. Robert K. Barbara Kennedy. Travis Koss. Jessica Crease. Latrina Eleanor Lee. Lauren Lee. Victor Sue Lee. Emily Rose Litton. Reda Lukobeka. Jennifer Manning. Konstantin Marco. Christopher Douglas Marlowe. Lauren Ann Marsan. Chelsea Martin. Evelyn Mateo. Armand Mayo. Rudy Melger. Michael Tonido Mercado. Alexa Anastasia Meyer. Caitlin Rena Miklash. Fukuyuki Miyakawa. Quinn Augustus Monfortin. Dexter Moran. Desmond Naranjo. Emily Nava. Bigfong Nguyen. Jerry Nguyen. Jonathan Paul Owens. Maria Padilla. Allison Rose Ramirez. Katarzyna Ratulovska. Zachary Joseph Rodriguez. Aaron Romito. Andrew Wilmot Russell. Sarah Marie Ryan. Paria Saidi. Robert Zachary Schultz. Elizabeth Siegel. Matthew Daniel Silverenskis. Christopher Allen Siska. Rachel Tomei Shirabad. Alexandra Grace Shock. Rotimi Solola. Emily Strizniski. Tiffany Temple. Stephen Isaac Tinney. Danny Alexei Tirado. Inga Vasilyeva. Turner Vickery. Sergio Andres Villaseñor. Matthew James Wells. Jennifer Joyce Zoletta. We're good? And now for the Bachelor of Fine Arts in Design. Malgarzota Popovska.
For the Bachelor of Arts in Music, Ms. Jennifer Choi. Theodore James Sophias. For the Bachelor of Music, Trevor Drew Cole. Riley Ann Parrish. Mr. Jonathan Reed. Christopher A. Stein. Igor Volchenko.
That's it.
For the Bachelor of Arts in Acting, Gina Barry. Rebecca Fernandez. For the Bachelor of Arts in Theater, Jaslyn Kiara Lillian Luckett. William John Francis Peterson. For the Bachelor of Arts in Theater Design, Mia N. Lee. And for the Bachelor of Fine Arts in Performance, Bethany Rose Arrington. Carly Elizabeth Carano. Evangeline L. Corter. James Daniel Crum. Chelsea Marie Foss-Ralston. Victoria Jacobson. Kevin R. Jandrist. Gregory E. Madden. Mark James Pontarelli. Max M. Thomas. Matthew Vukovic. And Taylor Christine Walters Chapman.
Congratulations to the new bachelor's graduates. This concludes the recognition of the class of 2015.
I think we've proved to Chancellor Emeritus that we can make a little bit of a noise here in celebration. And finally, I want to recognize and give my thanks to the members of the UIC Wind Ensemble and Symphonic Choir for their fantastic addition to this commencement celebration. I'd also like to acknowledge the staff of the college for their efforts in organizing this celebration and their work with the graduating class of 2015. One final recognition remains. Parents and spouses of our graduates, please rise and again accept our thanks and congratulations. And if you'll remain standing, children, siblings, grandparents, and other family members, please also rise and accept our thanks. Now, will all of you join me and the UIC faculty and administrators giving all our graduates a final standing ovation, congratulating them on this wonderful accomplishment. You made it. This concludes Commencement 2015. Graduates, please rise. After the platform party and faculty have completed their recessional march, graduates will exit through the door behind the stage. Family members and guests, please meet your graduates outside. Banner carriers, please come forward to retrieve your banners. Commencement is hereby adjourned. Thank you, and once again, fantastic congratulations.